Many of the foods we and our families eat every day are made with rice. The trouble is, some contain relatively high levels of arsenic. What's more, our most recent analysis here at Consumer Reports shows just how easily a child can eat what we think is too much arsenic in some common foods like hot rice cereal and rice pasta. For instance, eating just one serving of rice pasta would put your child over our recommended weekly limit. The good news is some rices contain less arsenic than others, and there are also alternative grains you can substitute. We've been listening to your concerns and questions since our initial reports. Now we're here with answers about what you need to know. Where does arsenic come from and where is it found? Arsenic is a naturally occurring element in the environment, but people have a long history of adding it into things like pesticides and poultry feed. That's just one of the ways arsenic gets into our soil and water. Then there are certain types of crops, like rice, that absorb arsenic more readily. Aside from rice itself, rice syrup and rice flour, for example, are used in a variety of foods like pasta, crackers, cereals, cake, brownie, and muffin mixes, many of which are labeled gluten-free because so many gluten-free products contain rice. What are the health effects of arsenic? Regular exposure to low doses of inorganic arsenic over time can cause a variety of cancers, including skin, lung, and bladder. It's also associated with cancers of the kidneys, liver, and prostate. Arsenic can also contribute to other health problems like diabetes and cardiovascular disease, and studies have found it can cause reproductive problems and compromise the immune system. USA Rice Federation says studies show that including white or brown rice in the diet provides measurable health benefits that outweigh the potential risks associated with exposure to trace levels of arsenic. We believe those levels do carry a risk. Why is this such a big deal for children? Because kids weigh less, they are exposed to more arsenic per pound from the foods they eat. For example, just one serving of rice pasta could put a child over the weekly guideline we at Consumer Reports set for maximum arsenic consumption. 2 cups of a rice drink would do the same. For a baby, 3 meals of infant rice cereal a day would put them over a weekly limit in just 2 days. In fact, the Food and Drug Administration says parents should consider options other than rice cereal for a child's first solid food. This is why we think kids should rarely eat foods like rice pasta, rice milk, rice cakes, and hot and cold rice cereals. What about adults? For adults, 2 servings of most rices or hot rice cereal would put you at your weekly limit for arsenic. How can I reduce my exposure to arsenic in grains? Not all rices have the same levels of arsenic. With our latest research, we're able to tell you which ones are the lowest. We've come up with a point system for adults and children to help navigate your way around these foods, which you can find on our website, consumerreports.org. If you're a sushi lover, the good news is sushi rice from the United States has low levels of arsenic compared with other rices. White basmati from India, Pakistan, and California was also low. Brown rice has 80% more arsenic on average than white. That's because arsenic accumulates in the grain's outer layers, which are removed to make the white rice. There are better brown rice choices like brown basmati from India, Pakistan, and California. We also tested a number of other grains and found several with lower levels of arsenic like amaranth, millet, and quinoa. These are great alternatives to rice, and it's important to vary the grains you eat. What's the bottom line? Because there are so few regulations when it comes to arsenic in our food, here at Consumer Reports, we want to give you the information you need to make the best food choices for you and your family. For our entire chart on how to limit your exposure to arsenic in rice foods and to learn about other grain alternatives, go to consumerreports.org.